Hi everyone, this is Marty from Dawg Nation Hockey Foundation. Welcome to Dawg Bowl 14. I'm here with Lucas Bisbee in New York Life, this year's streaming sponsor. Tell me a little bit about your New York Life.
Yeah, Marty, thank you for having me. So again, Lucas Bisbee with New York Life, Colorado, one of the partners here at the Cherry Creek office. Some of the areas that we help our clients, we do a lot in the realm of life insurance, disability insurance, we do financial planning, we really do the full spectrum. We help with some tax efficiency strategies. We'd love to share with everybody how to really help maximize how you can give back to Dawg Nation, some different strategies of how we leverage that here locally in the community.
Yeah, and you guys have been part of Dawg Nation for quite a few years now, and you even on a personal level, even before New York Life was sponsored.
Absolutely, yeah. So I've been part of the Dawg Nation family for almost since day one. Since first Dawg Bowl was out there refereeing, donating back some of our game fees to help support the cause. So it's very near and dear to my heart. Love what we do, love the impact that we have here in the community.
Yeah, and so you actually have a little bit of a personal connection to Dawg Nation. You want to tell us about that one?
Absolutely. So Dawg Nation is very near and dear to my heart. One of my best friends who actually officiated our wedding last year, Patrick Donnelly, thanks to the support of Dawg Nation, helped give back and helped him get a new heart. And yeah, it was really tremendous what he was able to do, and all thanks to the support of Dawg Nation.
Yeah, and Patrick's now a big part of Dawg Nation, and anybody that knows Dawg Nation knows Patrick as well, and they're going to know you too at this point. And this year's an exciting year for me because you've refereed many Dawg Bowls, but I'm going to referee my first Dawg Bowl this year, and where I'm going to trade partners throughout the weekend, and one of those is going to be you.
Love it. Yep, we're going to show Marty the ropes and how to not do a good job.
That's going to be interesting. And for all of you out there, thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to Shaw Hockey Productions, who does an amazing job. It's live streaming all these games, and we just couldn't do it without all of these sponsors and all of these volunteers. And welcome to Dawg Bowl 14, and enjoy the game.
Thank you to all the other sponsors out there. Please come see us at our booth. We'd love to chat more about other ways that we can help Dawg Nation. Thank you, and enjoy the game.
Rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. All right, Chicago, rock and roll. Hello, Denver. Hello, Denver.
And we are ready from the Edge Ice Arena in Littleton, Colorado. This is the 14th annual Dawg Bowl. I'm Manny Furtado, joined by Jay Stickney, voice of the DU Pioneers. Welcome to the booth.
Well, I'm so happy to be here, Manny, and I almost want to call you James. And really, this is a tremendous event. 14 years, I can't believe it. I mean, I've done the last 2 or 3, and this event has really just grown into something that everybody either has to play in or attend or watch. And it's just a tremendous cause in the hockey community.
It is a wonderful cause. Marty Richardson, the Dog Father, puts this on with a staff of silent volunteers, and what a matchup. And today we're going to be watching some platinum action here, Jay. There's a couple of names out here that you're familiar with.
Yeah, really.
From your DU days.
Well, just a couple months ago, I must have said Matty Davis's name in the national championship game maybe 178 times.
And we're just about ready. Matty Davis playing for SSIHL. Otherwise, we're going to call him TAG today, the Obby group. And we are underway with this 22-minute run clock here for 2 periods as Denver Concrete, who is the defending champion, not 1, not 2, 6-time defending champion. They're looking for their 7th Dog Bowl championship here today. And Josiah Slavin sends it back up high in the slot, and the shot goes up and over. Matty Davis was ready for that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, boy, the last time I've seen him, I mean, he just doesn't give up any goals. I think he set the all-time record for the NCAA tournament. He actually tied Ken Dryden, arguably the greatest goalie that ever played, with his save percentage and goals against in the national tournament.
And Matty Davis, who coming off of that, he's got a senior season coming up here, and dragging the puck in, just poked off the stick there. That was Matt Selene giving it a try there. Puck picks back up, and Vanderbeek takes the shot, and Davis gloves one out to start things out.
I mean, he's just in that zone where every puck looks like a beach ball.
And he looks good in those DU pads down there.
Yeah, it's always strange because they have sort of this Euro hockey sort of feel to them. You know, it's like we're doing a game with Sweden versus Germany or something.
Speaking of that, we'll have a few Euros out here. Some of the guys playing in Denmark, and you can always spot them because there's Vanderbeek. He's got that big sticker on his helmet there. Puck poked free over on the far side.
Yeah, they always look like they're playing hockey for NASCAR.
So Sullivan tips it back, gathered back in by Miner. Miner working in over on the far side. He's watched there. Miner trying to work it off the wall. Puck poked down, and the shot right in front is deflected off a shin pad. Puck comes back over to Selene, and Selene moves it up ice. Selene working his way through center, trying to stay on sides was Vanderbeek. But the Euro stickers takes him off there, and we've got a break in the action. But the clock, Jay, continues to run here. We're at the 1946 mark and counting.
Yeah, it almost feels like we're like in a World Cup soccer game, and then we're going to have extra time.
We may have some extra time with that. Here's Grant Young, number 23. Keep an eye out on him. Grant Young out of Boulder, Colorado. He is committed to Harvard. And Grant Young diving down into the corner, picks up the puck, and on his backhand, shielding it, spins away, but loses an edge, tries to poke it free, got a piece of it. Otherwise, looking for a break there was Tag. Puck comes back over to the near side, and the puck is moved back up by Miner. Miner loses the handle. Puck is picked right back up. Charlie Kressel's got it. Kressel guides one back over to the far side. The one-timer comes back over to the near side, and it's quickly moved back over to the right dot. A quick shot on Matty Davis. He'll cover and hold.
Yeah, about that Boulder kid, I mean, you hate to hear about a kid coming from a great town like Boulder going to a fallback school like Harvard. Anybody who's gone there, I've told them, anybody has left Harvard. Matt Damon, Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. It obviously isn't good enough.
We may get him back here to DU. You never know. And boy, would they like to see him. And here, working the puck, is Grant Young sends it back up to the point. Driscoll spins it around back over to the near side. Austin Schwartz has it. Back down, Grant Young working off the corner. Takes it into the slot. Puck is loose, picked up by Schwartz. Schwartz loses the handle, and the puck is picked back up by Gabe Levin.
Gabe, of course, went to Harvard Law School after going to DU, and
I think that was Aubie. They changed some jerseys up here. I don't know if you got that, but Jason Aubie, number 5, changed numbers there, and it didn't look like Gabe, did it? Because he was a lot taller.
Yeah, much more physical.
Working in on a backhander. That was Bo Hansen, another player that played a year at DU. Matty Davis makes another save.
Some of these defensemen in front of Davis really should be benched for life. I mean, they are just coughing it up all day.
I don't think the puck has been in, and this is the first time maybe the puck has been in the Denver concrete zone. It's Henderson with the puck. And right away, Hankey's got it. Hankey moves it back up ice. Tyler Polson works his way in. Polson has stood up. The puck is taken away. And the back over on the far side, looking for it, was Amsbury. Couldn't come up with it. Puck into the slot. Working back. Backhand feed. Picked off. Here comes Tag. Moving up ice. Down on the right-hand side. Working his way in. Gabe Levin hands it off the shot. And a
nice
save
feed by Gabe. Nice little drop pass by Gabe. Finally an offensive chance.
And Ryan Ouellette in goal for Denver Concrete. He has He has been their goalie for a number of years here, coming in, walking it in again. Levin works it, loses the handle, picks it back up below the cage, spins away from some traffic, puts one right in front. But the puck back over to the near side. Walking it back over, that's Michael Davies, and Walech flashes the glove as well.
Nice save there, and finally a little bit of offensive production, a little possession time for SSSIHL, and I wish they'd really come up with a shorter acronym.
Well, we're just going to call him TAG for the Obby group, because they call him SSSIHL, they call him everything that you don't want to be called in hockey.
I thought it was some sort of a medicinal term, and it's not.
As the puck floated back over and unable to get a handle on it was Josiah Slavin. Slavin, who was the Blackhawks draft pick back in, and he got 15 games in with the Blackhawks. This past year played with the Toronto Marlies.
Of course, both he and his brother went to CC.
And Jacob Slavin enjoying a nice career with the Carolina Hurricanes. Puck moved back up ice, picked up by Slavin again, but it's poked off his stick. Steals it back with that long stick. Slavin with Vanderbeck in the slot, hands it back off in a nice tip play. Puck comes all the way back out to center, and it's gathered back in by Chris Hedden, the Air Force third-year man. Hedden gathers himself back up. Puck is picked back up, and Selaney drags it back into the concrete zone. Denver Concrete this year is in these baby blues, Jay. They used to have trash bag uniforms, hardly any numbers.
Which you really should only wear those if you're sponsored by Waste Management.
So Denver Concrete coming out of here, and they usually don't know their numbers until they take them out of the trash bag and hand them out right before the game. So
it's like playing Keno.
This is a treat this year, having these numbers at least. They had to give up their roster before.
There you go.
Right down on the slot. Ouellette makes another save. And spinning away from some traffic is John Driscoll. Driscoll is able to move it up the left wing boards, and Driscoll will handle things through center. Driscoll working it back as he's got Slavin sitting back behind him. Slavin puts it right in front. Nobody's home. Another shot. Vanderbeck's shot goes wide. And Vanderbeck trying to come up with the puck. Puck has moved back up to center, but it's intercepted. Working it back in, and a give and go. Walking in, and here comes Bo Hansen. Hansen walks it in. The backhander, Matty Davis, tracked that puck the whole way. Puck comes back up to the point, and it's gathered back in. Vanderbeck with the puck. Vanderbeck working his way in, and Vanderbeck almost got a backhander as he was looking for the glove side of Matty Davis. Loose puck. Puck comes back up. Picked back up by Charlie Kressel. Kressel, who played last year with the Bishop Kearney Selects, slides it back, and he settles in up at center ice, waiting for the pass. Pass comes back over one more time. Picked back up by Hansen. Hansen walks it back in, and Hansen floats one about 3 feet high. As Obby looking for the spring pass, unable to get it. Hansen's got it again, the shot, and the tip play by Kressel on the doorstep. Charlie Kressel, opportunistic right there in front of Matty Davis, but Davis reads the play.
Well, between these two goaltenders right now, it's just a good thing I bet the under. Vegas had this at 5.5. And I want to thank Mike Shaw for putting my bet in.
He's always good for that. I don't know what he does here, but he's always hanging around this. Here we go, is looking for the puck. Grant Young calling for it. The puck's on Schwartz. Stack in front. Shot goal, and there is Charlie Kressel along with Grant Young, and Austin Schwartz put it right in front. 1-0 Denver Concrete.
Yeah, that's one way to beat a goaltender as hot as Matty Davis, is just the redirect. No time to react there, and all alone on the back door for the tap-in goal. No chance there, and again, man, look at that. You got two players right in front of the goaltender without any defenseman, and they're going to have to bring that up in practice.
Well, they have about 2 minutes in between periods to make adjustments here. Grant Young trying to work out of a phone booth there, and the puck is stripped away, and here comes Tag with it. Working in, there's Landon Smith. Landon Smith, who had a good career at Quinnipiac. Currently playing for the Vail Yeti, working his way in. It's Schwartz with it. Schwartz takes a shot, rides the rails all the way around, and working it back is Liam Fleet. Fleet with some speed down the right-hand side. Fleet working his way through the Alaska Fairbanks commitment. Walked it back in, had it tipped off his stick, and Tag looking for it. Landon Smith sends a vacant pass, and the puck is picked back up by Driscoll. Driscoll drifting back. Gathers some speed down the right-hand side. He's got open ice, takes it in. He's got Polson in front of him, loses the handle, passes it back over in between Hankey's wickets, and the
Here's
long
a chance
pass back
here.
over to the left-hand side. Here comes Avi with a slapper. And that one, Polson picks it back up. He's got a man up ahead of him. And the Alabama Huntsville alum pulls it back up, and Polson has it tipped off his stick. Puck is picked back up, gathering it back in. Calling for it is John Mitchell. John Mitchell, the NHL veteran, is back over to the half boards. Puck picked back up and held there by Avi. Avi with the puck back down low. Off the sideboards. And that's Gabe Levin down there, number 8, calling for it again up along the half boards. Minor's got it. Minor loses the handle, gathers it back in. A little toe drag move, not once, not twice. Takes the shot and goes off the boot of Liam Fleet. Fleet settles things for Denver Concrete.
Good green helmet and pants combination, really helping out the announcers.
It always does. These, and you've got the Miami stickers out there. You've got several ex-Miami players. Of course, the Aubie brothers played some hockey there. John Sullivan as well, number 9 out there, but he doesn't have his Miami helmet. They must have called for that.
Well, you got to give it back after graduation.
Unless you steal those.
Right, or unless you left early. Hey, we got an actual call here of offsides.
And every once in a while you get a penalty in here, a couple of trippings, maybe some embellishments.
Oh, the kind of money they're paying these referees, they're going to have to do something.
This is training ground for referees for youth hockey. And the puck right in front that was Vanderbeck. Vanderbeck has been typically one of the leading scorers in this Platinum division. Puck is poked free. Slavin's got it. Slavin whips a shot in on Matty Davis, and he holds.
Well, quick whistle there by the linesman helps, but good save there in and out of the glove of Matt Davis.
So Jay, Matt's coming back. He's got his senior year.
Yep.
DU had a couple of players that left early.
Yeah, I mean, you always know what's going to happen, you know, and some years you guess right, and others you don't. But yeah, huge break, and there's a nice save again by Davis, floating to his left. But you know, really all Denver's essentially waiting on at this point is Z Bouillon, the all-everything defenseman, the freshman, expected to be anywhere from number 4 to number 10 in the draft coming up next week. And really, that's really the last decision to see is he going to come back or not? And maybe that'll just be determined by which team takes him.
And Bo Hansen brings it in. Well, his brother is going to be there this year, Shai Bouillon. And working in with a shot and a roofer as Chris Hedden, the Air Force player right there, walked it in, and Jay, he just picked his corner right up top high.
Well, they say at the Air Force, aim high, and that's what he did. And he scored to make it 2-0.
Chris Hedden, who's got 11 goals in 2 years there, makes it 2-0. Hedden at the 7:52 and counting mark. Vanderbeck, another quick shot, and Matt Davis was looking back behind him. He didn't know where that puck was. Puck over along the half boards. Slavin's got it. Slavin's pass deflected, but recovered there by Hansen. Hansen puts it back down along the goal line. And Denver Concrete looking pretty good here, Jay. Hansen walks in.
Another redirect. Wow.
And that was Matt Selaney, who played 3 years now here in Denmark. Puck is poked free, and coming up with the puck is Amsbury. Amsbury's pass picked off by Slavin. Slavin with some speed, and the jersey flashing there. Hands it back over. Vanderbeck with the puck over on the near side. Dot flings it back up against the tag bench, and it settles on Driscoll's stick. Giving it back up and trying to work away. Selaney ran into some traffic, and back below, Michael Michael Davies with it. Davies shakes off the forecheck.
Yeah, great offensive defenseman for DU out of the St. Louis area. Tremendous speed.
And walking in again, there is John Mitchell. Mitchell has it poked off his stick.
I always feel bad for the NHL veterans because you know they're going to be taking a lot more Advil than the college guys.
And a couple of those guys, you know, we used to see Ken Klee out here. We would see, we always had Jan Hayda and Milan Hajduk. This is one of the first years that we haven't seen some of these big NHL names. John Mitchell, of course, played in the first year that we did the streaming. He played in 2020, and he's back out here now.
Well, he just finally recovered.
Well, he was traded, actually. He was on the Top Dogs. But, you know, Marty has gone young this year.
Yeah.
And Marty has been planning this for 364 days.
Yeah.
In fact, there's no trading deadline on Marty's calendar.
No.
You realize that?
No. I usually get the call within hours of this starting.
As the puck is picked up, Grant Young looking it over, finds Charlie Kressel. Kressel poked off his stick.
Here comes Gabe. Here comes Gabe Levin.
And Levin tries to make a move, but Driscoll just took him off the puck. John Driscoll played a couple of years at Army. And now Charlie Kressel working it into the zone, staying on sides. Kressel tries to dip in low. Grant Young coming back in, and Austin Schwartz there. Working off the wall. Schwartz again. Back down for Kressel. Kressel with those hands back to Schwartz. Schwartz was right tight in the slot. Puck comes back up high. The shot deflected by Schwartz up and over. Grant Young's got it. Finds Schwartz. Edge of the circle. Takes that shot and it flies up and over. Diving back in. Driscoll with the puck. Working his way back down. John Driscoll holds off Michael Davies, sends it back up high. Charlie Kressel's got it. Kressel protecting up against the wall. He's taken off the puck, poked free. One more time, Grant Young puts it on a stick. Michael Davies, one more time, comes up with it.
Yeah, trying to get a change here. I mean, they got to get something going on in the other zone, if for no other reason than to keep the possession away from Matt Davis, who's already holding his arms on the crossbar like he's against the ropes.
And a quick shot and
wrister.
wiring it. Mike Henderson, the Army grad, walks in, and Henderson working against the grain, fires it top open over the glove side of Ryan Ouellette. Look at this shot.
I know, you get a goal from Denver Concrete from the Air Force, and the Army's not going to just take that standing down. The Army comes right back with one of their own.
And Henderson,
here's a turnover.
Just as you were saying, Jay, they needed to get something going, and they did.
Yeah, 1 goal game, 3.5 minutes remaining in the period, and there's a good screen there.
And one more time, Schwartz has it poked off his stick, back behind by Peyton Nelson. Peyton Nelson has played a little bit in the USHL and the NAHL. Back over to the far side and working in with that distinctive green helmet.
Nice feed.
Trying to get it right back in. And the bouncing puck back below Ouellette's cage. Knocked out by Taylor Polson, and a little self-pass to him. Walks it in. Polson tips it up and over, tries to work in. Shrugs off the check as he's chased out there by Big Ben Hall.
You know, for the first few minutes here, I thought that this kid Concrete had the puck most of the game. And I just realized that's the name that they have on all the jerseys.
Well, Concrete
what
right
a
in
save.
front, Slavin.
Oh, they waved it off.
And
they waved it off.
Wait, we're going to go to the replay. We've got Mike Shaw. Look at Slavin working his way in.
Watch the post come off the mooring right there.
And boy.
And it was Davey. I mean, it was actually Matty Davis that kicked it off, but yeah, they waved it off.
Well, put a marker on that one. It would have been 3-1. It's now 2-1 as it remains. As Slavin thought he tipped that one in here at the tail end of this first period. I should say first half because we are playing soccer, aren't we?
Yeah, they sent the review to Toronto, and it's going to stay 2-1.
Concrete holding the puck there. And, you know, speaking of that, Marty lots of times puts Top Dogs on the back of his jerseys as well.
Yep.
So you got all of them. Selaney working down over on the far side as he's bodied up by Minor. Gets some help from Slavin. Slavin protecting the puck. Slavin pokes it back up to the point. Shiles took that, and the shot right on the doorstep, and making it 3-1. And the referee, that was not an emphatic goal signal, was it? Sometimes you got to look for that.
He was on the far side. I think he was a little bit blocked when Davis came out to try to make the save, but that's going to be a easy put-back goal as it came off the end boards. You can see it right here. Davis already on the other side, so just a little tap-in goal.
Vanderbeck, who we expected it, scores at the 1:15 mark. And the 2-goal lead is reestablished. Slavin looking for it, had it tipped off his stick by Johnny Mitchell.
You know, now my 5.5 under bet isn't looking as good at 3-1.
Well, you can make mid-game bets as well.
The scoreboard still says 2-1, but that's probably because the scorekeeper's not paid either.
No, it's all volunteer. Off the boards, and here comes Vanderbeck.
Davis.
What a play by Davis. Pick the puck back up. Selaney's got it. Selaney slides it back over. Stolen by Henderson. And John Mitchell walks it in. Mitchell with the Avs helmet there. Mitchell over on the side takes the shot, and that one drifts back over to the near side. Avi looking for it. The puck moved up. Slavin taps it up ahead.
Oh, breakaway.
3-on-1.
3-on-1.
Selaney's got it back
3-on-1.
And Vanderbeck with a quick little shot. Davies makes the save. Final 15 seconds. The pass in front is deflected. Jeremy Rowell looking for it. Vanderbeck's got it. Vanderbeck works it back over to the far side. Tipped up, takes another shot from a sharp angle, and the final 3 seconds drift off the clock. And that does it. After 3-1 Denver Concrete.
Well, obviously, I think they're going to have to, Tag's going to have to regroup and try to get some help in front of Matt Davis, get some transition, and put some rubber on the goalie, because, I mean, I think they only had about 4 shots.
And you saw Matt Davis had to face a bunch of his DU counterparts in the first day of action, and they got the better of him in there.
Well, you always want to let your teammates score. It's just about confidence going into the next season. You don't want these guys to think they can't score. But in all reality, they practice against each other so often that there's got to be players that were like, man, I wish I could play against him in a real game. I've scored on him 91 times.
Well, now they get the opportunity to, and it's the coveted Dawg Bowl, and you've seen the trophy, Jay. I mean, it's amazing. You know,
yeah.
It's just awesome, and it's it's coveted, and you see Denver Concrete up there. You know, they were getting a little confused last year. Was it 5? Was it 6? Was it 7?
Yeah.
You know, you just put up all hands and just say, you know, we have dominated this. And they look to have a team once again that can contend for this. You know,
Yeah.
top dogs.
I don't care what sport you're in. You go for 6 or 7 in a row, you're pretty good.
You're pretty good. You're kind of a dynasty here, and it's kind of frustrated, I think, some of the other teams. But they always come up, and they've always got one of those young guys. And here comes one, Charlie Kressel. Kressel's tried to take it into the slot a couple of times.
Here's Gabe, cross ice.
And puck back over on the far side. A shot watches it go by, and the puck is quickly picked up by Schwartz. Schwartz works it back in. Austin Schwartz with the puck. Skies one back over. One more time. Kressel in the slot, but Young couldn't get it to him. And a good deflection, calling for the puck over on the near side is Gabe Levin. Levin's got it. Levin walks it into the zone. Watched closely by Driscoll, and the pass through the slot. Comes back over. Punched back in by Carnahan. Carnahan looking for Levin. Levin's got it on his backhand, puts it right into the slot, tipped away. Levin again spinning away, finds his man back below the line, as that was John Sullivan. Sullivan back to Levin. Levin looking over his options as he loses an edge, passes the puck back into the slot.
Tremendous passer in his college days, Gabe Levin, and a great face-off man. And again, still has trouble learning how to skate. Native of Los Angeles, where it's not natural to skate.
Well, rollerblade.
Right.
Because they probably started there. Here comes Henderson. He's already got one. Looking for a second, but it's tipped off the stick of Bo Hansen. Hansen got a good stick on it. Henderson looking for it again. Puck comes back over to Young. Young tips it there. Kressel loses the handle, gets a stick back on it. Henderson once again slides it back over to the vacant point.
Nice
Far
move.
side, and what a save.
There you
Shot,
go.
and Henderson almost had his second. Kressel moves it ahead. Schwartz can't come up with it. As
You
good
know,
play.
Henderson almost had his second goal, and in the Army, that's being all you can be.
Duty, honor, country, no longer the motto. Puck comes back over.
Oh,
Paulson!
right into Davis.
And Paulson buries Davis.
Uh-oh.
And Davis, we got a penalty coming up here.
See, that happens in a real game, and things get nasty.
They do. They still can get nasty.
look.
This is the Dawg Bowl.
Oh, they're smiling over there. They're smiling.
Yeah, but Paulson, you know, he's an Alabama Huntsville guy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anytime you play in the SEC, you know, it's going to get physical.
All right, here we go. With 1931, we got the game's first penalty. So Tag is going to get it. Paulson goes to the box. What do you call that? Paulson for?
I just think going to go goaltender interference.
He rammed him there. And
Yeah.
I think there was a little gasp there. I could tell you were
Oh,
gasping
yeah.
a little bit because,
Whoa, yeah.
you know, you were.
It's a charity hockey tournament. And you don't lose arguably the nation's best goalie on that, you know?
Ben DeMarco back over to Miner. Miner walks the blue line, drags it back, and hands it off back over to Nelson. Nelson puts it into the corner as DeMarco's got it. Ben DeMarco bodied up against the boards. Puck comes off, and the pass across the slot as Peyton Nelson was looking for a man over on the far side. So
I tell you, so far in the second period, though, I mean, Tag has come out with much better offensive possession and balance the ice level a little bit, and that's just going to help on all aspects of their game because they just couldn't sustain just living in their zone, hoping for Davis to make a save every time.
no, they couldn't. And there's John Mitchell with the forecheck. And with a little power play time here, the power play clock runs as well. So you got to be on your game. You can't sit back and set up that breakout for too long. Here comes the puck, and Schwartz has got it. Schwartz with a motor works his way through center, watched by Miner. Schwartz taken all the way down over to the far side. Ben Hull watches him. Miner bodies him up. Schwartz works it off in a smart, heady play.
So killing some time back in his own zone, and now shorthanded chance.
And Giles with the long pass. Vanderbeck's shot, and a blocker save up into the netting. Matt Davis surveying the defensive zone faceoff with the clock running.
I think he's resting. I think he's putting both arms up. He looks like Muhammad Ali against Joe Frazier. Little rope-a-dope.
The old rope-a-dope, that actually worked,
Yeah.
you know? The Thriller in Manila, wasn't it?
I think that was that one, or that was the one with George Foreman.
That might have been Foreman.
Yeah.
And Levin with the puck down below. Stick handling. Looking things over, guides it back up high. Puck walked off, back over. As Levin slides it in. Levin wants to hand it back off. Mitchell was there. Levin one more time finds Mitchell. Mitchell with a backhand feed into the slot. Levin always present on that puck.
Yep, on the point, Michael Davies, and even in my advanced age, I'm pretty sure they played with each other for at least a couple years, and here's a goal.
And knocking it in right over on the far side was Landon Smith. Landon Smith has those silky mitts. And Landon Smith, who currently has been playing for the Vail Yeti, makes it 3-2 here. So we've got a game, boys.
Well, now we're right at the over. And so now I have to hope for no goals the rest of the way.
How much you got on this game, Jay?
It doesn't matter, but, you know, it's probably a good chance for me to start looking at apartments.
And the puck over on the far side. Schwartz has got it. Tries to feather one back down low. Picked back up by Driscoll in the slot. Kressel trying to chisel it away. He's chased out of there by John Sullivan.
Yeah, this is a much better period, much more balanced and even, and with 3-2 now, anybody's game. Yeah, question, was that considered a power play goal, or was that expired?
You know, it's tough. We got to call down to the box to see with that running clock.
Yeah, they never gave me the number. Did you get a number?
No, they never. They usually don't.
Okay.
And there's Kressel with a long pass right off of Schwartz. Schwartz has Young with him. And the shot by Schwartz goes up and over.
I don't know why I'm so surprised that there are so many odd man rushes going on, 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, but that's probably just the nature of not practicing together and that sort of thing.
Little few defensive. Plus, it's basically, this is men's league hockey at an advanced level. So really, I mean, you pinch. Is anybody really going to pick up your spot?
No, nobody's hitting anybody on purpose.
Nobody. Well, you do have a coach out there. We got to see who we've got on the bench for both of these squads here. And coming back up, Schwartz hands it back up to Kressel. Kressel chases it along the near side half boards. Watch closely. And one too many dangles as Schwartz speeds and picks up the loose puck. Schwartz hands it back up. Puck is picked back up. And losing the puck there. Here comes Henderson again. Henderson, this time with Aubie with him. Henderson brings it in. Henderson is feeling it today, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Look at that feed.
Working right in. That was Peyton Nelson.
I think I've noticed an equipment issue here that goal, and I think that's the east side, I believe, right? Yeah, the moorings are having some issues.
They are. They need to get the Gatorade bottle out there and ice those down. You don't think that was Matt Davis purposefully kicking that off?
It'd be kind of hard to do in the position that he was in, but could have happened. And then you mean earlier in that first period?
Yeah. Look at this dangle there by Hedden. Hedden moves it back up ice. Puck comes back over to the near side. And it's Hankey with it. Michael Hankey with a pass right in front.
Perfect feed.
What an opportunity for Denver Concrete. Polson guides it back over to Hedden. Hedden, who's already got a goal this game, slides it back over to the near side. Puck is picked back up by Hansen. Right to the side as Tyler Polson pulls the trigger up and over as Matty Davis got another piece of that.
Yeah, right off the shoulder, hugging that near post.
Polson is one of those players. You look at Polson in the ECHL after playing at Alabama Huntsville. He has nearly 275 games. That is quite a pro career, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I know who's coaching though. For
who you got down
Tag?
there?
I got Matt Tabram.
And do we have Tabram out there?
Former Pioneer Matt Tabram.
I think you're right.
Out of Colorado Springs.
And Tabram is one of the few players that I think has taken a roughing call in this charity game.
Yeah, that was just in the parking lot.
Puck comes up, and Hankey's got it again. Hankey with a pass back behind. John Mitchell got a piece of that. Here comes Tag, trailing by 1 with 12:20 to go in this second half. We're on the far side, trying to work through Sean Giles. Giles stands him up. Puck is picked back up by Fleet, and Fleet puts it into the near side corner. Tag trying to come up with it. They need a goal to tie. Working off the wall. Here's the shot and a save by Ouellette. Ouellette. Jay, he made that save casually, and then he just quickly puts it into the corner boards. Walking back up, it's Slavin with the puck. Back over to Hankey. Puck was deflected. John Mitchell puts it softly up against the boards over on the far side. And coming away with it is Big Ben Hull. Hull also played for the Yeti. We got quite a Yeti alumni here.
Well, and for the Vail players, they're probably in the best cardio shape of everybody at like 10,000 feet. Playing at that Dobson Ice Arena. Pittsburgh Penguins in the Mario Lemieux years used to have their summer camp up there every year.
I think the Red Wings did too.
A lot of the veterans I don't think were ever seen on the ice, only on Bridge Street.
Landon Smith with the puck. Loses it. Puck is picked back up by Davies. Michael Davies working down low. Gabe Levin, a backhander. Back up to the point, held in there. And whipped around as we've had some number changes there. I don't have a 17 on our...
It's going to be another 2-on-1.
Roster. Slavin shrugs off. Michael Davies picks it back up, sends it back up high, and trying to work his way in is Driscoll. Vanderbeck rescues the puck, and the puck jumps the stick of Hedden. Selaney working in. Selaney with a quick pass in the shot by Grant Young. Grant Young over on that far side. Driscoll one more time. And Hedden with a chop. Holds onto the puck, hands it back off. Selaney's got it. Selaney working in between the circles. And the shot, he wires one.
Perfect.
It is 4-2.
Wow, that is a gorgeous move. You'll see as he goes wide. Comes back the other way to beat him glove side, just inside the far corner. And that is just a beautiful, beautiful goal, 4-2. And boy, they could start smelling it now, right? I mean, you're halfway through the second period. You're going, we win this, we're getting our 6th title with tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning. And boy, does Concrete have a game here this evening. A quick shot. And that one goes off. Puck is picked back up by Hansen. Hansen tipped behind. Hedden's got it. Hedden works through center as he's watched by Davies. Puck is bounced up, and one more time it's Grant Young with those nifty mitts. Young sends it over to Hedden. Hedden's shot short side. Young's got it again. Young trying to work out of the corner, and Young's stick jammed up into the moorings, or into the stanchions.
Well, no icing. That's always good to see.
You know, it's walking in over on the far side one more time, Bo Hansen, the offensive-minded defenseman. And battling for the puck in the slot. Puck is poked free, and one more time is Michael Davies.
Yeah, like you were saying about the game tonight, I mean, it's a 4-team, essentially, round robin.
And back Henderson. Again, the blind pass. Carnahan picks up the puck, slides it around, and the puck is picked back up by Sullivan in the near side corner. Challenged by Sean Giles. Poked free by Kressel. And the loose puck. Michael Davies is on it. Davies has to wait for players to get on sides. Hands it off to Henderson. Henderson's got it. His shot. Willett makes the save again.
Yeah, I think if they can stay within 2 goals, they give themselves a chance for that third period. So next 8 minutes and change, definitely going to decide whether Tag is going to be able to have a chance to come back, I think. I'm just based on their offensive possessions and their limited shots. Down by 3 might be too much.
It may be here. 8:02 and counting. Puck comes up, and the shot whistles wide, and Hankey's got it again. Hankey with a quick outlet to his brother. Cross-ice pass.
Always good to see brothers share.
And one is named Nick, the other is named Not Nick.
Not Nick, yeah.
So you've got Nick and Not Nick, and we got the Obbies out there. We got a couple of pairs of brothers. And the long pass. Hankey's got it. Is pickpocketed by DeMarco. Loose puck. Polson had it. Poked off his stick, and the puck comes all the way back to Sean Giles. Giles over to the back far side. Ben Hull there off sides. Jay, I don't know if we play a third period.
You think it's a 2-period thing?
I think it's a soccer match.
I think it. Oh, really? They're doing 2 halves? I didn't.
Do we have a third period, Mike Shaw?
Oh,
no.
Wow! I missed the pre-production meeting, and that would have helped.
Well, see, that's why you're doing the play-by-play for the third period.
The third period, I'm in. Now it makes sense why Marty wanted me for the third.
The long pass just missed.
That's an icing.
So tonight's game is going to set up between Concrete and the Top Dogs, and we're going to get a chance to see those Top Dogs coming up here in 6 minutes and 44 seconds.
Yeah, and of course Marty not playing this season, and how much of that is age and how much of that is just him wanting to give other people a chance?
I think it has more to do with his contract negotiations.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You know, Marty, it's tough to be not only the coach, the GM, but the leading scorer.
Well, and I think for years he was playing with like Milan Hajduk and a couple other. I think Stasny played with him 1 year.
And Hajduk wasn't even on the power play.
Yeah.
So
that's a good team.
It was a good team. 1 year they pulled the goalie, and Hajduk was the one that came on. That was it. So Willett makes the save, and he scoops it back up. You know, Willett is playing at Niagara. Niagara comes to town to play DU.
Yep.
And Willett didn't get the start.
I know.
You know?
You hate to see that. It happens a lot.
I know.
Actually,
but you got the hometown kid.
Yeah.
And you know he's psyched up for the game. He's just, you know.
But a lot of teams, on the goalie side, they can travel with a third goalie now. So even if he's the walk-on who never plays, if he's from that hometown, bring him,
Yeah, at least. And
Gabe coughed it up. I'm not going to let him forgive. I'm not going to forgive him for that. Look at that.
And you watch Slavin and Vanderbeck. They look for each other there. Slavin that long stick. He's an assist specialist and a face-off man. You saw a lot of Slavin.
I did.
For years. You saw a lot of the Slavins, didn't you?
Yes, and I saw a lot of Brian Yoon. He was one of those guys that did the 5 years.
It's hard to get in 175 games in your NCAA career, but he did it.
Yeah. No, he's a kid out of Parker. I think he signed with the Eagles, but I'm not sure.
What a terrific kid. He did come back for his 5th year. He was the captain of that team and helped with the rebuilding process with that program.
Yep. As did former Pioneer great Peter Menino, assistant coach.
Yep. And there's Slavin. Slavin taking off the puck, and the pass up to nobody in particular.
Well, sometimes that's your best bet, open ice.
Driscoll, who played a couple of years at Army, is going to play next year at, I believe, Sacred Heart. Puck comes back over, and there's another quick shot by Grant Young.
I'm not an expert of the state of New York or upstate New York, but I think Sacred Heart is pretty close to West Point.
It is up in that neighborhood. I never took a trip to Sacred Heart,
right,
but a few to West Point. That was good. Grant Young, you get another chance to look at Grant Young. Grant Young scored the game-winning goal for the Long Island Gulls in the USA Hockey Chipotle National Championship.
Oh, wow.
At the AAA division, and I got a chance to call that game, and Grant Young, he's got some hands, and of course he's going to be going over to...
Here we go. They got to score here.
Quickly,
got to score here.
Walking in. Here comes Abby.
Got
it! Scores! 1 goal game, 3:30 to go.
They had to have it, and he buries it. Beautiful sauce pass right at the blue line. Totally on sides. Goes to the forehand and just snaps it to the back of the twine.
And that was Trevor Abby. So your captain, you want him to come up big, don't you? And they do. 4-3 as Abby scores with 2:20 to go. And we do have a stop clock if it's a 1-goal game in the final 2 minutes.
Right, which of course is this period.
in the
two halves.
Exactly.
Yes. That is a good safety tip.
And you want to keep it away from Henderson. Henderson has had a great game as he watches Slavin walk in. Slavin walks it in.
He got pulled out.
Slavin, do we have what sort of penalty we got here? The clock is going to run down, and Slavin looks at Matt Davis and says, "You okay?"
I don't know if he did. I mean, we got a CC and a DU guy.
You think there was a few?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they said.
Slavin hit the deck hard there, and unfortunately, Josiah is not going to be here for this evening's game. He's only playing in this morning's game, so perhaps we'll see him if they make it to the championship.
All right.
So here we go, 2:02.
You don't think he has like a tea time?
What's that?
You don't think he has like a tea time, like a
No, he doesn't have a tea time.
Okay.
He's got it's called a child.
Oh yeah, that's
so
yeah. That's more than 5 hours.
That's right. Here comes Miner with the puck. Miner hands it back off. Abby's got it. Abby looking for his second.
Short-handed!
We're tied!
Oh,
Johnny Mitchell scores!
Short-handed to tie it. Oh my!
What a game! What a play as John Mitchell shows why, with 548 NHL games, he made it to the show. We're tied, 4-4.
What a great setup. Going wide, waits to the last second, puts it on Mitchell's stick, who buries it. Tied at 4. What's the overtime rule?
Jay, we don't ask that.
Okay.
If you don't know, we never ask that.
I rarely know.
We just act like we know. Here we go, minute 27 to go. Levin's got the puck, working it into the zone as he's working up against Driscoll. Hits the brakes, has it poked off his stick as the nice back-checking play. Walking in, it's one more time. Slavin to Selaney. Selaney walks it in and tries to tuck it in short side. Puck comes back over to the near side. And Driscoll trying to work off the wall. Works it back down low. Watched by Miner. Miner with one hand on the stick, working it around him. Selaney's there. 1 minute and counting down. Slavin's got the puck. Slavin from top of the circle. That's Selene, all the way back down, calling for it. Puck comes all the way back up to Hedden. Hedden works it off. Hedden almost loses the handle. Vanderbeek's got it.
Oh, my
goodness! Scores! Vanderbeek comes through, and with 44 seconds to go, Vanderbeek gets his second tally of the game.
I tell you, heart of a champion, going for their 6th Dawg Nation Tournament Championship in a row, coming up huge with a goal with 44 seconds left. Again, you can see as Davis is screened in front, and it beats him glove side and just inside that far post.
What a game we've got here with still 39 seconds to go. Can Tag get it?
Trying to get Davis off the ice for the extra skater.
Slavin is out there, put back in, and there's Davis. And Matty Davis looking for the bench. There he goes, and the loose puck.
Oh my God!
Walking it in! Oh! Landon Smith had a chance. He had the game-tying goal on his stick. Loose puck, chopping at it, comes up free. In walks Selene.
Oh,
Selene with an empty net. Selene just can't hit the angle.
Oh.
Abby banks it hard up against the boards. Hit it one more time.
Oh,
the
he
loose
missed it. Not gonna matter.
Chris Hedden.
Oh, what an unbelievable final 3.5 minutes of this game.
And look what we saw. We entered that period 3-1. We end up 5-4. 3 goals by Denver Concrete. Tag gets 2 to make it interesting.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they ought to go with this 2-half thing more often, I think.
Well, it keeps us on schedule. And I know, Jay, you got a haircut later. You've got,
yeah.
And I'm not talking about your head. Your
Just
back.
No, definitely. And I got a lot of weeding. I have to do in the front garden.
AJ Vanderbeek, he comes up big every year. He does it again. He gets the game-winning goal here. And Denver Concrete fights off the comeback from Tag.
I mean, when it's 4-2 and you're shorthanded, you're thinking this game's over, and they end up with a breakaway shorthanded goal.
2-on-1.
Yeah,
almost a 3-on-1.
Right.
You talk about breakdowns.
Yeah. I mean, that was more than a physical breakdown. That was emotional.
All right. Final score, 5-4. We're going to be back. This is Manny Furtado along with Jay Stickney, voice of the Pioneers. We'll be back for the Top Dogs versus the
Interstate Roofing.
The Interstate Roofing.
Remember, it's diagonal, which is how you want it.
All right. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Thank you for joining us for Dog Bowl 14. We hope you enjoyed the game.
And always remember to play hard, play fair, and give back.
Thanks again, and we'll see you at the next puck drop.